It has been brought to my attention that high-level staff members who work in the Personnel Board office have actually changed test grades and manipulated scores to ensure that members of their family, friends of politicians, and members of the power structure are the only ones that get the good jobs or jobs at all in Mobile County.
Representative Gary Cooper wrote the recent legislation reorganizing the Personnel Board and feels responsible for watchdogging the system's operation. His investigation reportedly shows systematic exclusion of people outside of the local power structure, an exclusion he says has been going on for at least 5 years. Cooper's legislation called for the board to hold orientation seminars for job applicants. This has never been done, he says, and is a violation of the new state law. One specific example cited involves the latest police examination. Reportedly, a sergeant was given a perfect score on his lieutenant's test, a score never before achieved. That lieutenant is allegedly related by marriage to a member of the Personnel Board administration. Rank-and-file county employees don't become involved in these job deals. The positions in question are supervisory and administrative, coming from even the top of city government. Cooper's charges of discrimination are not limited to one minority, but rather the majority of Mobile County residents that have no friends or relatives in high positions. And these charges could lead to a massive crackdown within the entire Personnel Board structure, even as far as the courts. This is Molly Broderick for Channel 10 Newsbeat. Late this afternoon, the Personnel Board held a special session of the Executive Committee. The group thought it would be best to get to the bottom of the charges levied. Personnel Director Marvin Richardson opened the meeting by saying he welcomed any investigation. The 5-member board went through the entire contents of yesterday's statement by Representative Cooper. Richardson answered every charge and admitted that he may have erred in some instances, but he was guilty of nothing. Earlier in the day, Sheriff Tom Purvis added his complaints against the board, charging mismanagement from the top level. Purvis had his own solutions to the problem.
As I said, Molly, I think that we need to bring in someone from outside the system, a person that has a proven track record in this area. Probably we need to look at increasing the staff of the Personnel Board by some numbers anyway.
Purvis added his department could never operate waiting for the board to act, and morale was getting worse among the men on his force. Richardson wouldn't even reply to those charges.
That's the first I've heard of that, but I don't intend to lend dignity to any of this sort of thing by extended comment.
In their final action this afternoon, the Personnel Board decided to have a showdown with Representative Cooper, asking him to be specific in his charges, and they've scheduled a public hearing for next Wednesday at noon. This is Molly Broderick for Channel 10 Newsbeat.